Southern Africa, a region of stunning diversity, from breathtaking landscapes, vibrant cultures to diverse wildlife, making it a popular destination for tourists from all over the world. A treasure trove of natural wonders, from the majestic savannas to the stunning coastlines, the region's natural beauty is undeniable. However, beneath this beauty lies a complex reality for persons with disabilities. Despite progressive policies, implementation gaps persist, and persons with disabilities continue to face significant barriers which hinder their full participation in society. Persons with disabilities face a number of barriers such as physical, economic barriers, social and attitudinal barriers which hinder their full participation in society. Assistive technology is the answer to empowering persons with disabilities to overcome barriers, achieve greater independence, and enhance their quality of life by providing solutions for daily living, communication, and mobility.
Assistive technology is vital in promoting participation and inclusion for persons with disability. It actually enables persons with disability to be mobile, to see what they want to do, what they can see just like any other person who is able to do. We have wheelchairs that enables people to move from one place to another. But assistive technologies are important because they give the persons with disability the right to participate, whether in health issues, in education, and they're able to access what other people can access.
Assistive technology are tools and devices that are used by the persons of disability to better their life in their various aspects of their life.
Assistive technology is not just about devices, it's about empowerment. It's about people taking control of their own lives, pursuing their passion, and living in their own terms. My name is Bantheti Tegwetile, a communications officer from Southern Africa Federation of the Disabled. We are excited to present to you a documentary titled Unplugged No More, Voices from Southern Africa. In this documentary, we will meet individuals who have harnessed the power of assistive technology to overcome obstacles, achieve milestones, and hopefully they will inspire others. They will share their experiences of navigating a world that often isn't designed for them, and the specific challenges that arise from limited access to assistive technology. The documentary will further provide recommendations and provide a call to action to key stakeholders. The intersection of disability and development affects us all, from policymakers and innovators to community leaders and persons with disabilities. This is why we are grateful to our visionary donor Scale, who recognize the transformative impact of assistive technology in the lives of persons with disabilities. Their support has enabled us to create a documentary that shines light on the critical role assistive technology plays in unlocking an inclusive society for persons with disabilities. On that note, meet Ms. Sarah Johnson from Scale, as she highlights the importance of advocating for the provision of assistive technology in low and middle-income countries.
My name's Cara Johnson, and I lead advocacy and communications for Scale, the global partnership for assistive technology. I'm also proud to be the coordinator of Unlock the Everyday, the first ever global campaign on assistive technology, which aims to raise awareness of assistive technology and people's right to access it, no matter what their income or where they live. As part of the campaign, last year we launched the first ever World Day for Assistive Technology on the 4th of June. It's the perfect opportunity for everyone, individuals, organisations, businesses and policymakers from across the world to come together and champion the importance of assistive technology. The goal? To increase access and raise awareness, especially in low and middle income countries.
As Ms. Cara Johnson has highlighted, the Unlock the Everyday campaign and the launch of World Assistive Technology Day aim to raise global awareness and champion the right to access assistive technology. Significant challenges remain that limit the realization of this vision. Despite growing recognition of the importance of assistive technology, many individuals, particularly in low and middle income countries, still face persistent obstacles that prevent them from obtaining the support they need. Some of the barriers to accessing assistive technology include high cost of products and services, limited availability in local markets, and significant lack of understanding among policymakers, service providers, and users. Among these barriers, the most critical is insufficient funding from governments, development agencies, and donors, a gap driven largely by the absence of national policy frameworks prioritizing AT, fragmented markets, high product costs, and a poor integration of AT within national health systems. In response to these challenges, in April 2025, Suffolk entered into a partnership with AT Scale, funded by UNOPS. The objective of this program was to increase the meaningful participation and engagement of persons with disabilities in lobbying and advocacy efforts, raising awareness about the provision of high-quality, affordable, and fit-for-purpose assistive technology across 8 countries. The program was implemented through a consortium consisting of 10 organizations of persons with disabilities. These organizations include FEDOMA in Malawi, FODPES in Zimbabwe, NFPDN in Namibia, FODZWA in Eswatini, DPSA in South Africa, BOFOD in Botswana, ZAFOD and Vilole Image Productions in Zambia, LENFOD and LNL VIP in Lesotho. Every year on the 4th of June, we celebrate or we commemorate World AT Day. AT meaning assistive technology. These are tools that make everyday life simple for everyone, not just for persons with disabilities. This collaborative effort culminated in the celebration of World Assistive Technology Day on June 4, 2025. Across Southern Africa, the consortium of OPDs marked the day through a variety of impactful activities. Awareness walks that brought the message to the streets, assistive technology pop-ups showcasing innovative solutions, roundtable discussions that sparked crucial conversations with duty bearers, demonstration workshops that empowered communities, and engaging podcasts and radio interviews that amplified the message. The day was filled with action, inspiration, and a shared commitment to unlocking the potential of assistive technology for all. Assistive technology pop-ups provided an opportunity for communities to explore innovative tools firsthand. In Botswana, BOFOD hosted a pop-up at a bustling shopping mall showcasing assistive devices that can transform daily life. Similarly, LNL VIP in Lesotho showcased braille displays, screen readers, and other solutions, highlighting how these technologies unlock opportunities and support independence. While in Namibia, NFPDN hosted a pop-up event that reinforced the importance of accessible, fit-for-purpose assistive technology. Demonstrations and roundtable discussions brought technology to life and engaged stakeholders directly. In South Africa, Disabled People South Africa, DPSA, organized a dynamic workshop with parents, community members, and major telecom companies like MTN and Vodacom. One parent demonstrated the use of an alphabetic braille device, showing how it has transformed communication with their child. In Lesotho, following their pop-up, LNL VIP convened a roundtable discussion with government ministries, UN representatives, telecom companies, and educational institutions. The dialogue focused on identifying gaps, sharing insights, and strengthening strategies to support assistive technology users across the country. Vilole Image Production also hosted a panel discussion honored by the city mayor. The mayor emphasized the need for collaboration among stakeholders, including government agencies, private sector, local leaders, civil societies, and citizens to prioritize assistive technology and support inclusive entrepreneurship. Media and awareness campaigns amplified the message far beyond physical events. In Zambia, ZAFOD partnered with the Zambia National Association of Hearing Impaired and other stakeholders for a televised interview on KBN TV, highlighting transformative impact of assistive technology. In Zimbabwe, FODPES hosted a podcast discussing how assistive technology enhances everyday life and the vital role OPDs play in championing access. Many organizations across the region also ran social media campaigns to educate communities and strengthen public understanding of assistive technology. Additionally, Vilole Image Production marked World Assistive Technology Day by showcasing a trailer from their documentary, which highlights the lived experiences and challenges of persons with disabilities. Public awareness walks and community engagement brought the message into the streets. In Malawi, Fedoma organized a vibrant awareness walk, uniting community members and OPDs to spark conversations, raise visibility, and promote the significance of assistive technology in everyday life. Across all these activities, OPDs were at the center, leading national-level campaigns, mobilizing communities, and collaborating with stakeholders. Together, these efforts painted a powerful picture of regional solidarity, demonstrating how assistive technology can empower individuals, foster independence, and advance inclusivity across Southern Africa. Meet the persons with disabilities who are reshaping what's possible. From bold innovators to tireless advocates, they are using assistive technology to overcome barriers, create opportunities, and transform their communities. Through their stories, we witness resilience, determination, and extraordinary power of technology to unlock human potential.
These are key enablers for the empowerment of persons with abilities to access critical services. It could be health, it could be education, for example, it could be employment and the ability to do business opportunities. For me, I use crutches for mobility and they are very essential for my independent living. They are essential for my inclusion and participation in all development discourses, in community programs, community meetings. So key to that are assistive technologies, and they do help people with different types of impairments, including those with invisible impairments. So we, as you can see, without crutches, I won't be mobile. I am happy to say
Bears on policymakers, they should make a strong policy to say in schools, if possible, they should give out some computers for them to be using for those with cerebral palsy who cannot hear the pain and the pain. There should be some specific laptops for them. There are those who are like me who can type, but there are other persons with cerebral palsy who cannot type, but they can talk. But if they have something like a laptop whereby when they talk, it types, even some recordings, that will be helpful to them.
Edward Mapola works at Motlhodiwa Bophelo Training Center as a Braille instructor. He teaches Braille and also trains students in the use of the white cane, which he relies on himself. Edward explains that Braille allows him to read and write documents independently. Similarly, his white cane enables him to navigate safely, go to town, return home, and travel to work without assistance, as it alerts him to potholes and other potential hazards, acting as both guide and protection. To further support his independence, Edward uses a smartphone equipped with assistive technology. The device announces numbers as he dials and provides the time, reducing his reliance on others for everyday tasks and helping him manage his blindness effectively. Musiwa Moselwa is a visually impaired student at the Institute of Extramural Studies. He shares how assistive technology has transformed his daily life. For him, these tools are not just devices, they are a pathway to independence. He explains that his white cane is essential for navigating his surroundings. It allows him to move freely, detect obstacles such as holes, and avoid potential harm. With it, he can travel wherever he needs to go without relying on others. Musiwa also uses a laptop with JAWS, a screen reading software that speaks the text displayed on the screen. Through JAWS, he is able to study, read electronic materials, and work confidently on applications like Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Another tool he depends on is his voice recorder. He uses it during lectures, discussions, and working sessions to capture important information that he later listens to and reviews. As he reflects on his journey, Musiwa shares that assistive technology has significantly reduced the academic challenges he once faced. It has allowed him to learn, communicate, and participate more independently, giving him the freedom to shape his own future. Ensuring disability inclusion requires strong leadership, informed perspectives, and coordinated action, especially in advancing access to assistive technology. Experts and duty bearers across sectors play a critical role in shaping policies, improving service delivery, and promoting the availability of quality, affordable assistive products. Their commitment and insights are essential to building systems that empower persons with disabilities, enhance independence, and uphold their rights and dignity. Dr. Joy Ndwandwe from the Eswatini Traditional Academy is a historian and a writer who is passionate about promoting the rights of persons with disabilities. As someone who has experienced firsthand the challenges of teaching learners with disabilities without access to assistive technology, Dr. Ndwandwe is a strong advocate for the provision of assistive technology in Eswatini, particularly in the context of decentralizing services to different constituencies. Minister of Housing and Urban Development in Eswatini, Honorable Apollo Maphalala, emphasizes the importance of assistive technology and how it enables persons with disabilities to live freely and independently. He also highlights the need for proper implementation of disability-inclusive policies which aim to promote equal opportunities, accessibility, and the rights of persons with disabilities. Honorable Maphalala also calls on all local governments to take active responsibility in improving the quality of life for persons with disabilities. He reaffirms the government's commitment to advancing inclusive urban development and ensuring that assistive technologies are available and accessible to all who need them.
Hi, my name is Refilo Hape. I work for the Lesotho National Federation of the Organizations of the Disabled, LAMFOD, as the gender officer. I'm a visually impaired and totally blind young woman, and I find myself each day, personally, professionally, depending on the use of assistive technology. And this is the case with majority of persons with disabilities because we need these technologies to help us promote our independence and to navigate environments around us. For me, as a visually impaired, I find myself more often depending on my computer with a speech reader and my phone also with a speech reader, or even my white cane to navigate my environments.
Refilo highlighted that access to assistive technology remains a significant challenge across much of Africa. She noted that these devices are often expensive and largely imported. She cited Lesotho as an example, where the majority of assistive products are imported from South Africa. She also pointed out many devices such as speech readers are only available in English, creating barriers for individuals who have not received formal education. Refilo stressed the importance of including persons with disabilities in all stages of innovation, as they are best placed to identify challenges and suggest context-appropriate adaptations. She also highlighted the need to consider intersectionality, such as gender and educational background, and noted that engaging users through surveys, interviews, and consultations ensures technologies are meaningful, usable, and foster ownership, ultimately supporting independence and inclusion. Refilo's personal experience highlights the critical role of assistive technologies in supporting independence and participation for persons with disabilities. By relying on a computer and phone with speech readers, as well as a white cane, she is able to navigate her environment, work, and engage fully in daily life. Her story underscores that these tools are not mere conveniences, but essential supports that enhance autonomy and inclusion. Investing in accessible, user-centered assistive technologies and ensuring they are affordable and culturally relevant can empower individuals to overcome barriers and fully participate in society. Dr. George Torrance is an expert in industrial design and a senior lecturer at Loughborough University in the School of Design and Creative Arts. He is passionate about disability inclusion and is one of the colleagues at Loughborough University who has worked with SAF for over 8 years. He recommends creating enabling environments through supporting local innovations, building workforce capacity, and establishing local regulatory frameworks. Dr. Torrance also emphasizes on the need to foster local ecosystems for assistive technology by bringing together stakeholders from different sectors such as public, private, and non-profit sectors to drive innovation and break down market barriers. Building on insights into access and the transformative impact of assistive technology, Dr. George Torrance from the School of Design and Creative Arts at Loughborough University highlights the urgent need to invest in locally developed solutions. He explains that assistive devices designed within the community are often more affordable, culturally relevant, and better suited to the needs of those who use them, while also fostering local innovation and ownership. Dr. Torrance reflects on Loughborough's 8-year collaboration with Suffolk. He emphasizes that sustained decolonized partnerships are key, as they create the space to truly understand stakeholders, their cultural context, values, and heritage. Through this collaboration, his team has focused on supporting from a distance while co-designing solutions, drawing on global insights to meet the unique needs of local communities. He recommends strengthening the skills of local researchers across Southern Africa, both in academic institutions and in the wider community, to improve the interpretation of qualitative data and ensure that real-world resources are effectively directed to local needs. Dr. Torrance further emphasized the need to strengthen university engagement with persons with disabilities, promoting innovation that responds to community and industry needs, and closing the gap between government training programs and long-term sustainable enterprises. This also requires encouraging partners and investors to support local businesses and development projects. Drawing from Dr. Torrance's recommendations, it is clear that strengthening local capacity must also extend to the development of locally produced assistive technology. Building regional innovation and manufacturing capabilities would reduce reliance on expensive imported devices, expand market access, and ensure that solutions are better tailored to the cultural and practical needs of persons with disabilities. Locally developed products are not only more affordable, but also easier to maintain and adapt, contributing to a more sustainable assistive technology ecosystem. This approach reinforces the broader vision of empowering Southern African communities through context-driven, inclusive, and economically viable solutions. Building on the perspectives of Dr. Torrance and Refilwe, Ms. Alexia Manombe-Ncube, a Member of Parliament in Namibia, champions the critical role of governments in enabling access to assistive technologies. She emphasizes that while locally designed solutions and user-centered innovations are essential, they must be supported by strong policies and frameworks that ensure these technologies are accessible, affordable, and effectively distributed within countries. Honorable Manombe-Ncube spoke about the commitments and progress made by the Namibian government in promoting the rights of persons with disabilities, particularly in improving access to assistive technology. She noted that although Namibia does not yet have a standalone policy on assistive technology, existing legislation and national policies strongly support its provision. She explained that the Namibian constitution guarantees the welfare of all citizens, including persons with disabilities, by ensuring access to social benefits and essential services. In addition, Honorable Manombe-Ncube said that Namibia's national development plans also aim to enhance livelihoods and drive sustainable development, with specific initiatives targeting the inclusion of persons with disabilities. Honorable Manombe-Ncube highlighted that the government has made notable progress by ratifying the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which underscores the importance of assistive technologies in promoting independence and dignity. She also referenced key frameworks, including the National Disability Act of 2004, the 5-year Disability Mainstreaming Plan, and inclusive education policies. She concluded by reaffirming that while significant progress has been made, more detailed and specific policies on assistive technology are still under development.
Ladies and gentlemen, good day. My name is Ashla Musi. I'm the Director of Programs here at Southern Africa Federation of the Disabled. Our mission is to advocate for the promotion and the protection of the rights of persons with disabilities in the Southern Africa region. Communication and advocacy are at the core of our work. Therefore, we need to harness our power to effect positive change, to inform, to raise awareness, and expand our thought leadership and influence. As we conclude this documentary, we hope you've gained a deeper understanding on the importance of assistive technology. Ladies and gentlemen, assistive technology is a human right. It is a powerful tool that can unlock an inclusive society for persons with disabilities.
Income had rearranged additional issues.
You will agree with me that when we are able to tell stories of change that resonates with persons with disabilities, then we are better able to sustain and realize our impact as an organization of persons with disabilities.
Building on Honorable Manombe Ncibe's insights on government's commitments, we now turn to Ms. Ashla Musi, Director of Programs at Suffolk. She will expand on these reflections by showing how these commitments can and must translate into concrete action. Her call to action is directed at governments, organizations of persons with disabilities, assistive technology manufacturers, and donors, highlighting the specific roles each stakeholder must play to ensure affordable, high-quality, fit-for-purpose assistive technology reaches persons with disabilities across Southern Africa. The story doesn't end there.
The screen fades black, but the conversation does not have to. Let's continue the dialogue, take action, and demand accessibility. Tell me, will you join us in advocating for accessibility? Can you share this documentary with someone who needs to see it? And are you ready to make a difference in your community? If yes, here are a few recommendations. Policymakers, you have the power to make a difference in the lives of persons with disabilities. We urge you to prioritize assistive technology in national policies and budgets. We urge you to allocate a specific portion of the budget towards assistive technology, as well as establishing funding initiatives or grants for assistive technology research and development. We also recommend that you reduce taxes and duties on assistive technology to ensure affordability. We also urge you to develop and implement inclusive procurement systems, regulations, and public financing models that make assistive technology available and affordable at a national level. Donors, every action, big or small, brings us closer to a more inclusive future. On that note, we urge you to support research and development of new assistive technology products. We also urge you to donate or fund assistive technology devices for individuals in need. We urge you to fund training and capacity building programs for assistive technology. And we also recommend that you collaborate with governments, manufacturers, suppliers, organizations of persons with disabilities, the academia, and other civil society organizations working in assistive technology to amplify impact. Manufacturers, join us in creating a more accessible world. We therefore recommend you to design assistive products tailored to local needs and environments. We recommend that you produce cost-effective solutions to increase accessibility for persons with disabilities. We also urge you to partner with local organizations, governments, communities to promote accessibility. We also recommend that you foster local ecosystems for assistive technology by bringing together stakeholders from different sectors such as the public sector, private sector, and the non-profit sector to drive innovation and break down market barriers. Lastly, we recommend that you adhere to local standards and regulations. Organizations of persons with disabilities, fellow colleagues and comrades, let's be the change we want to see. We do our best when we do it together. Therefore, this is an opportunity for us to create synergies amongst ourselves for the one goal we all want to achieve, which is an inclusive society where persons with disabilities are treated with dignity, respect, and on the basis of equality. We therefore call on all of you to advocate for affordable and accessible assistive technology for persons with disabilities. We call on you to advocate for inclusive policies that support assistive technology development and provision. Lastly, let us continue to raise awareness on the importance of assistive technology